Come on, she needs a big round of applause. Devin, woo, Devin, okay.
Hi everybody. So, I'm Devin, Aaron's sister, but I just wanted to say that not only is she my sister, but she's my best friend. She was and is always there for me no matter what. She's the best sister ever. I don't know what I would do without her. She's truly a loyal friend and goes out of her way to help others, and I just can't believe she's married now. I'm so excited, especially to the man of her dreams. I knew James was the man she was going to marry just by the way she would light up talking about it. And whenever he was in conversation, her smile was from ear to ear, and she would blush and giggle with like happiness, and it reminded me of teenagers in love for the first time. And that's like the true and honest love that they share, and the way that they look at each other is inspiring, and I couldn't be happier standing here celebrating with you guys. I wish you all the best, and I can't wait to see what the future holds. I love you guys. Cheers. Ready?
Big round of applause for Devin, ladies and gentlemen. At this time, we would like to ask our best man, William, to please come on up.
Good evening, everybody. I try not to be long-winded, but I am Irish. Susan and Steve Fogel, obviously we'd all like to thank you very much for tonight's event. It's a fantastic shindig, as we would say, and thank you very much, everybody, for that. I'd just like to reach out to Grandma Keen and just say thank you very much for coming today. It's a wonderful thing to see somebody of your age and stature go through a day like today, and I'm sure it's very exciting for you as well. I'd like to thank Devin and Kevin for welcoming us to Divines, and making us feel very welcome. I appreciate it very much. I'd like to thank my mom and dad for being there for us always. There's 5 of us, a little brood. James was the biggest challenge, but they were there for us at all times, and we appreciate that always, Mom and Dad. Friends and family, thank you for being here, and we're the bridesmaids. Awesome looking today or not? Thank God for the weather. It worked out great for all of us. James is my baby bro, so right off the bat, what do we hear? We hear, oh, your parents have a baby. Oh. He came behind the rest of us. We all thought we had everything established, all the perimeters, all the rules, and then he showed up and everything changed. I love my baby brother so much. I was put in charge at times. Obviously, my sisters love raising a little kid. But at many, many times I was put in charge. I love my baby brother so much, I gave him a hickey. When I was 11 years old, we were, days away from taking a trip to Ireland, and I planted a hickey on my little brother because I loved him so much. And my mother had to explain that to every place we went, all up and down Donegal Island. Again, Mom, thanks for being there. He was always so young, he was always so small, he was always like, let's bring James, he's too little. So somebody would have to stay behind and watch him. The blonde hair was amazing. I mean, he was the cutest little thing. We still laugh at his first joke. I believe we were camping. Strangely enough, I believe it was when Elvis Presley passed away, I think. But the punchline went something like, why did the chicken go in the tunnel? To see the light of the train. But it was good. I mean, first attempt, it was awesome. He got away with murder. He's the youngest. It means unable to follow the rules. Mom and Dad were exhausted from the 4 of us. You're welcome. But mostly Eileen, so you may as well thank Eileen. It's not all of us. Thank you, Eileen. Next thing I knew, I was in school promising to take him skiing at least a dozen times. I'm sure he even has birthday cards that swear my heart messages for skiing.
I'm still waiting.
I know! Still working on it. I would like to say it got to be a joke, but I really felt bad about that dude. I really did. James would race to go skiing while the rest of us were hunkering down. So what if we crash a Jeep or two on the way, right? But he was very determined and he was very dedicated to that sport at that time. And I've been skiing with him. He ignores me. I think he took up snowboarding because he knew I was traditional and he could get away from me for half the day. So, cheers to you, dude. Then I was all over the damn country myself, trying to make a living, trying to learn how to make a living. A bunch of years helping Dad. He was left by himself doing chores. Probably more than made up for anything that we went through. And so you are a tough dude. I appreciate that. But at the same time, he was building a special bond with Mom, and we're all so jealous. But it's a good thing, you know, it's a good thing for the little guy to have somebody to look up to like that. He ended up, while I was away, ended up making babies and living life. And Shane, you out there? Props out to Shane. Young man. A very interesting young man. Stop by his table and say hello. Off to college this week. I dare say that my brother is the closest any of us ever came to any of the people of the old country. He actually was involved in a program where a veterinarian came over to this country to study veterinary services as part of a vacation/work trip. At least it was done in taxis that way. And he helped him lay out the design of a clinic for farm animals over in Ireland. It was actually built. I've actually toured it. It actually happened. I'm very impressed with him with that and very proud of him. Keeping in touch isn't the same thing as being there, and that's one thing I've always thought about. A couple years ago, we went to Ireland to see this little place that my dad had put together in Ireland, and we decided it needed a wall. Dad decided it needed a wall. In Ireland, you don't own something unless it's got a rock wall around it. That's a fact. And we built a wall. This wall will still be there in 2525. It's as deep as it is tall and wide. We built the damn thing in 2 days. There's a long story behind that, but it was necessary. And my brother and I learned a lot that trip. And one is that Pat Devine is one determined man. And the other one, honestly, is that a man doesn't really ever know how much he's got until he taps all of it. And my father's always teaching us lessons about things like that, and I appreciate that to him. I appreciate my brother standing there with me going through that. But we built one damn of a wall. Thank you. James is pretty good at a couple other things. He's good at insulation. You'll have to ask him about that. That's a little side story. He's got a lot of information about MRIs. He's into car sales and real estate. You do not want to talk history with this young man about the American Revolution. I'm sure a couple of you got trapped in a corner and ended up in that debate. But it is really impressive. You know, lots of people have hobbies that they devote time to. This man has devoted his time, his hobby, to the American Revolution, and it really is impressive. I mean, there's so much to learn that, you know, when you're a kid, you learn the basics. But when you delve right into it, it's a fascinating war that gets second billing to the Civil War on a regular basis. But I'll never forget being at our cousin Tommy's wedding at West Point, standing there in the middle of the room, everybody else enjoying the wedding, and me and him arguing on the mural in the room and whether the display of what people were wearing actually fit the time that the events happened in the picture, and he was right. He was absolutely right about it. Thank you. He knows something about fallen trees, about roofing houses, about tiling floors. He looks at YouTube videos twice and then pulls out his engine and rebuilds it. He's a regular Renaissance man, just like the Revolution. He's always had a quiet strength, and I think it came from hockey, or maybe he's just slow. I'm not sure. But he's my baby bro, and we love him. Erin, on the other hand, is a beautiful lady. She's determined, she's smart, and she's energetic. She's a lover of animals just like James, and that's what brought them together in the first place. Her family's been very understanding and compassionate. I thank them for that. Erin for being there for my brother. I appreciate it very much, and so does my family. She's done an awesome job putting this event together as well. I talked to Peyton. He's double booked because it's preseason. He was going to come by. I tried real hard, but it's not going to happen tonight. And I'd like to say that you guys totally have the basics for a strong bond. You had a tough go the last couple of years and survived together, and you have great examples in your moms and your dads. Family that loves you for support, and you're going to be rock stars. So at this point, I give you an option of Slanta or Prost. And I'd like to say, raise your glasses, toast a happy couple, and a blessed future to Aaron and James.
Well said. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, a nice round of applause for William, our best man.